welcome to Review Reviews, and today we're doing a quick video, a bit of a compare, contrast, thoughts and opinions review on the 2006 remake by Martin Scorsese, The Departed, and I have recently talked about the Infernal Affairs 2002, which I have done a review on the channel. Please go and check it out. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was absolutely brilliant. Nice to see where the original source material came from and to kind of see where it all kind of began and influenced kind of Martin Scorsese in his take on the material itself of The Departed. So let's take a look at Warner Brothers' Martin Scorsese's 2006 The Departed.
When I was your age, they would say we could become cops or criminals. When you're facing a loaded gun, what's the difference?
Martin Scorsese's take on the material of the Infernal Affairs movie, going from The Departed, going to a more Boston, kind of Irish, kind of mob-based kind of movie, set within the US, of course. It's a much longer running time of 2 hours and a half. An amazing all-star cast with Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Alan Baldwin. You've got a fantastic and amazing cast of talented actors, Jack Nicholson. It basically borrows a lot of the main material that was laid out within the Infernal Affairs movie and just expands and does more with it. It has a lot more downtime. It has a lot more characterization between both Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio's character, both doing shady things for the kind of, mob boss character of Jack Nicholson plays fantastically so. He's just kind of bursting with energy. And as I said in a way, kind of Infernal Affairs review, this film is a lot more kind of glossy, it's a lot more kind of glee about it, it's just a lot more kind of a bigger, louder, more in-your-face type of movie. It is very much a Martin Scorsese kind of, mob-based kind of, cat and mouse chase intense thriller. There's some very interesting kind of characterizations at play. You've got some fantastic kind of performances by everyone. You've got a lot of kind of supporting roles in the film, and the fact they kind of allow a lot of downtime to get to know both characters, their history, their background, their family drama, their struggles. You get to know about their childhood, how Jack Nicholson has kind of approached his kind of, influencing kind of young youth from the 70s, early 80s, very much grooming and kind of taking a lot of the youth under his wing to kind of use later on for his own kind of purposes. The entire film is very much the same kind of plot of the Infernal Affairs movie, but just so very Boston, so very kind of US in its kind of approach and its attitude and its kind of how he approaches the material. And a lot of the sequences that I really appreciate so much within that film, because I have seen The Departed countless times. I've loved this film so much in terms of how the film is paced, how it's constructed. Despite the fact this is a 2 hour and a half film, it does not feel like it. It feels so natural within its kind of runtime. It feels so well earned within its kind of quieter moments, and when it gets a bit more kind of darker and a bit more grittier within its kind of action set pieces or one of its kind of violent moments, it feels appropriate. It feels very stylized. It feels like a performance piece that everyone is doing their very best performance. Everyone is portraying a really interesting, unique character. Mark Wahlberg's in the film and he plays the most Boston, obnoxious character, and he's so funny, so goddamn good in the film. He's so, a quick whip kind of thing. Everyone is used to their advantage. Everyone uses their kind of traits so well to each other. And it's really fun to compare and contrast now, knowing the scenes and the setups. The original Infernal Affairs, when they kind of met in the cinema, it was just an ordinary cinema. In this one, he goes to a porno theater and it's just really, really funny. As mentioned already, I do think both films are completely different within its approach to material. The Infernal Affairs is a lot more kind of spiritual in a way, with kind of the Buddhist kind of themes. There is snippets here and there of their relationships with kind of Andy Lau's character, moving with his girlfriend. And it's the same thing in this one. Matt Damon's character moves with his girlfriend, and that is relationship's a lot more explored, especially the fact that Leonardo DiCaprio is also kind of seeing that woman as well. So you got a kind of internal kind of, conflict already there. Both the same woman seeing both two different people. Jack Nicholson's character is much more larger than life, a lot more kind of, hilarious. He's very Jack Nicholson. Overall, 2006 The Departed is an absolutely fantastic and amazing film within its own. I've watched this film countless times, way before I even knew about Infernal Affairs. Despite the film being long, it also takes advantage of what the first film didn't do in terms of its kind of, exploring the characters a bit further, having a more complete story from start to finish and having a more rounded, kind of more satisfying kind of experience overall. And I do think you missed that within the Infernal Affairs first entry. I do think that some of the characters are not well fleshed out as it could be. I don't think they're as explored as they could be to the full extent compared to the film's running time being an hour and 45 minutes, being so specific, so precise within the two main characters. It doesn't allow for any kind of expansion within the other characters that are presented in it. Even though they are seasoned throughout the film, you don't get to explore them much. You don't get to see how they impact our main characters. Well, this one takes advantage of that and does a more complete, more rounded story. That's my thoughts and opinions on The Departed. Please comment down below. What do you prefer, the original, the remake? You like both? I looked at your thoughts and opinions, guys. Please comment down below. So in the meantime, Anthony Reviews, signing out.